Hi everyone, this is Ryan Takeshita of Pivot. Today I'm here at Asakusa, one of the most popular tourism spots in Tokyo. So you can see the famous Kaminarimon Gate with the god of thunder and the god of wind. Today I'm going to talk about over-tourism or kanko kogai in Japanese, which means tourist pollution. We use this term because a lot of tourists are coming to Japan and they're causing some trouble and some conflict with the locals. So I decided to fly from Asakusa to Kyoto and also Mount Fuji to find out what's happening. I talked to locals, foreigners, and also the tourists and experts. They had different opinions, 10 different viewpoints, 10 different opinions, and 10 different solutions. Someone angered, someone confused, but someone looking this as a business opportunity in a way to change Japan. So join me in exploring this interesting topic and find out what's really happening in Japan.
でコロナの時にできたんですけれども、それから比べるともう10倍とかそんな感じですね。はい。
観光客の方が来ることでビジネスチャンスになると思いますか？
やっぱ来ていただくとやっぱり活気づいて浅草を盛り上げてもらえるっていう形に思うので、やっぱり来ていただけると私たちも嬉しいっていう気持ちはありますね。
After Asakusa, I decided to visit Kyoto. Kyoto is famous for its beautiful Kinkakuji and the elegant Maiko-san and Geiko-san, but recently a new signboard has been put up to keep tourists out of certain private areas. This sign was installed because some tourists have been behaving badly. They were trespassing on private areas. In addition, some were taking photos of the Maiko-san and Geisha-san, and the press called them geisha paparazzi.
歓迎する反面今に始まったことではないと思うんですけども、マナー、モラルはやっぱりちょっと欠けてる面が今がやっぱり積もった結果こういうものを立てないといけない。
What did you think about the sign?
I think that it's good because it's a private road. Yeah, I think that people, the tourists, didn't know that they cannot enter this place.
What can the tourists do to be welcomed in Japan?
Learn about the culture in Japan.
This is not just happening in Kyoto. We're seeing similar issues at Mount Fuji as well. In Fuji Kawaguchiko town, located at the base of Mount Fuji, there's been a bunch of foreign tourists. The reason? The interesting contrast between Lawson, the convenience store, and Mount Fuji creates an Instagram-worthy image that's attracting a lot of attention. However, this has led to an increase in tourists throwing away trash and blocking roads, causing traffic disruptions. The troubled town decided to cover the area with a black curtain. 黒い布についてはどう思いますか？
安全面で考えたらあった方がいいですね。
危なかったですかね。
そうですね。結構道路に出ちゃったりとかしますから。
仕事でいつも通ってたんだけど、もうここ渋滞しちゃって、はい、で飛び出しちゃう人もいたりとかして渋滞してたけど、100人以上はいるんじゃないかなっていうぐらい
すごかったよね。多かった。
地元の方にとってはなんか来てくれること自体は嬉しい。
嬉しいですね。やっぱ違いますよね。活気が出るし、ね、街にね。
PR にもなるしね。すごくありがたいと思います。
I think that it may be a little harsh to kind of block the view because this is iconic. It's something that's been there for years, right? So I think instead of maybe blocking the view, we could set stricter guidelines. I think that maintaining the kind of crowd here and kind of enforcing that strict guideline would probably help better.
If the tourists misbehave, do you feel that there will be a negative image for foreigners in Japan?
I think so, yes. When a Japanese person sees me or another person who's lived here for a long time, they'll assume that we are like, the people who act up. And that doesn't have a direct negative consequence, but I would feel like people look at foreigners differently.
Do you feel that Japan is a country so it's very organized and people respect manners much more than the other parts of the world?
I think to read the air 100% as a tourist is impossible. I've been here 9 years and I've not mastered the art of reading the air. But by the same token, I think a good starting point is to, again, look at those around you. For a lot of people in Japan, as a tourist, you would be on the train or in a restaurant. Like on a train, look around you, Japanese people are very quiet, or they're on their phones, they aren't talking very loudly or swinging off the rails, as I've seen happen, which is bizarre to me.
まあこれはしっかりね、受け入れる体制ができていれば、いろんな意味で、いろんな社会的な体制ができていれば、まあもう少しこう、混乱がなかったとは思うんですけれども、コロナが明けて、で、まあインバウンドが復活し、それがまた円安でアクセルがかかったと。まさにオーバーフローしちゃってるっていうのは今の現状なんだと思うんですよね。
なんか増えることは予測できたと思うんですけど、そのスピードがもう想定以上ってことなんですか？
もう想像以上に速かったってことじゃないですかね。
On the other hand, some believe that Japan should not just cover the problem with a black curtain, but see this as a great business opportunity.
本当に想像力ないんだなっていうか、まあ僕だったらこれ横スペース貸してくれたらもう一瞬でお店作れるんで、もう横にとりあえずでっかいゴミ箱のお店を作って、はいまあ、あともう富士山ローソンのグッズも一気に作ります。キーホルダーから何から。
In fact, FR2, the fashion brand, created a t-shirt that prints "Truth is behind the curtain." When you lift the black cloth, you see Mount Fuji underneath. The shirt costs about 9,900 yen, which is about $60, and the money will be donated to Fuji Kawaguchiko Town, the local area of Mount Fuji.
行政も地方創生だって言って無駄なお金使ってるんだったら、こういうもう自然発生的にできたところにもう一気に税金使ってもう周りをきれいにしたらいいのに、いやもったいないですよね。
こういうスポットは作ろうと思って作れないし、よく考えると宝くじ当たったみたいな感じだから、観光名所にしちゃうって振り切って整備もするって決めてやるのが僕はなんだろう、いいなと思いますね。逆ローソン作るとかね。
逆ローソンどういう意味ですか？
逆さ富士みたいな感じで、逆さローソンみたいなの作って、生活者も困らないような作りにしとけば、富士山がある側にしかその価値は観光客からするとないんだから、遠い面にもローソン作ればいいんですよ。
確かに。
逆ローソンっていうかね。
面白いですね。
As for the tourists, any advice for the tourists coming to Japan?
Well, in Hawaii, I recently have been really studying how Hawaii is doing the tourism thing because there's a lot of over-tourism problems in Hawaii. They're introducing a word called kuleana.
Kuleana.
It's a Hawaiian word.
What is it?
Roughly translated, it means like responsibility. The feeling of the guest is responsible as well as the host.
So both sides are responsible.
Both sides. So we, as the visitors, also have a responsibility to understand the aesthetic and the manners and the thinking behind a lot of the rules in the country we visit. At the same time, the people in the country have a responsibility to make sure that the visitors can understand what the expectations are. So I feel like there's still like a very wide space in Japan, right? So we need to, there's a lot of YouTubers, there's a lot of people who are trying to explain the rules and the manner and all that. So there's a lot of information on the web. But then when you get to the actual location, we also need people on the ground who can explain it in a friendly, nice way, you know, what the expectations are. And visitors to Japan love Japan. They love Japan, so they don't want to mess anything up.
So I'm back here in Asakusa. It's 9 a.m. in the morning. The stores are closed, but this place is filled with tourists. So what did you guys think about the interviews? As a Japanese, I'm sure that the Japanese people want to be friendly. We want to welcome the tourists. We're looking for solutions. But what should we do? Should we put a black curtain to block the view of Mount Fuji? Or put a stand or sign so the tourists cannot come in? Or should we charge the tourists more for our omotenashi? What do you guys think? Please leave us a comment. And we want to hear thoughts and ideas. So Ryan Takeshita Pivot, thanks for watching and see you next time.